Hello friends, it's Zorab again from Studio Reso, and my bike hunting still goes on. If you remember, in my last video I had test ridden MT-07, which is Yamaha's MT-07. I liked it. It's really nice. However, as I was constantly mentioning in my video, that the riding position, I don't really think it's for me, because I'm around 6'1", and my foot pegs were right digging into my waist, so it was good for a shorter ride. However, by the time I reached back home, you know what, I could feel that in my back. So but still, it wasn't a deal breaker for me. However, the dealer phoned me and said that, have you actually seen the XSR900? And I was like, no. So after doing a bit of research, I found that it's another MT-07 dressed up like a retro classic bike. So if you guys remember, there's a bike called Royal Enfield. So I had that bike for like a few years. I like that relaxing position while driving, rather than just clinging onto the petrol tank. So that cruiser kind of thing. However, at the same time, a little bit sportier. So as I was telling you yesterday, that I love the engine had no problems whatsoever, but for my liking, the position on the MT-07 wasn't that comfortable. So I went online, saw some reviews, and everywhere people were just going gaga about that bike. And they are kind of like two bikes at the same time. It's XSR900 and 900, which are obviously based on MT-07 and 09. So I phoned my dealer this morning, and he was more than happy for me to come and have a look at it. And luckily they have got the color and the options which I want in stock, so which is ready to take home. And when I phoned him about the bike, when he mentioned, yes, we have got the bike in stock, however, we haven't got a demo for that bike. So I was like, okay, fair enough, you know, what can we do? But then he said that, hang on, what I have is the XSR900, which is identical when it comes to riding position. So you'll have to use your own maths and just probably put that riding position and MT-07's engine and see how you feel, and probably take it from there. And I was like, fine, if that's the way it's gonna be, you know, we should do it. Okay, so this is based on MT-09, which has got 3-cylinder 900cc. So it is a beautiful bike. But before the internet crashes or something goes wrong with the internet or YouTube, let me tell you one thing: if you have got time, if you've got full license, go and ride this bike, go and test ride it. This is a beautiful looking bike, but at the same time, the combination of the engine is nice. It's beautiful. It's very smooth. People could say that obviously the characteristics of this bike when it comes to looks and the engine, they aren't really like, you know, they don't go hand in hand. But hey, who cares? If it puts a smile on your face, who cares how many cylinders it's got? So this bike is out of their shop floor. They literally they received it yesterday, and they assembled it, or probably unboxed it, or I don't know what they say, and they gave it to me. It hasn't even got a number plate. I'm wearing a tag plate on my back. It's got a little rucksack with a trade plate on. It's so weird. So this bike, when he gave me, it's got 0 miles on, all the stickers on the tires, all the greasy, you know, slippery thingy on the tires, and he tells me that don't go too fast. I mean, how can you not do it? It's a 900cc 3-cylinder 3-pod bike. But again, because it's not my bike, so I'm going to just treat it nicely and you know, see how I feel. So I'm going to go on a little longer ride to see how I feel. But to be honest, I'm sold on this bike already. When it comes to dimensions, they are identical. If I take the stickers off, if you know your bikes, you would be able to tell, but the tires are the same size. Front 120, rear 180. Seats the same. And I found seats on MT-07 a tad bit uncomfortable for my liking. But this one, it's like you're sitting on a sofa. Okay, I wouldn't go that far. But because of the styling of this bike, the way it's designed, the way they've carried the retro features over to this bike, they've got a lot of cushioning going on in the seat. Seats are quite thick. You can get a slimmer seat, obviously, if you want to sit a little lower down, if you want to lower the seat height. But as I said, I'm 6'1", 6'1 and a half, something like that. And I've got no issues with the height. I can put both my feet down on the floor. Yes, the weight of this bike. So if you talk about MT-07, people are talking a lot about the weight to power ratio, because that bike is only 179, I think 182 kilos wet, and which is quite light when it comes to this kind of engine. And XSR900 is only 4 kilos heavier than the MT equivalent, so its wet weight is 186. And again, we're talking about wet weight, guys, and ABS. The seating on this bike is super. It's brilliant. It's very comfortable. You sit right up high. At the same time, you're not sitting like an adventure bike. Okay, we've got 60. Well done. So you're not sitting like as you sit on the adventure straight up like this. No. You lean a little forward, but not as much as you'll start hurting your hands. So that is a plus point, because I always suffer from that kind of thing. Because MT-09, first half an hour was superb, but towards the end it had started to hurt my wrist. Again, MT-07 is a brilliant bike. That's like I think the best selling bike in the whole of Europe, let alone England. So the bike which is going to be based on MT-07 is bound to be good. It's tried and tested engine. It's a good engine. It's smooth. It's very economical. It's a 900cc engine, guys, and I'm already getting 54.6 miles per gallon as we speak. And when I picked the bike up, it had 0 miles on. So it's not running. It's a brand new engine. And I just saw my reflection in the car, and I look alright. But guys, I can't recommend enough. Even if you don't want a bike, just go and tease yourself. I know it's not fair, but just ride it. The way technology is moving, what you pay versus what you get is outstanding. I don't think any other bike is out there which can make you feel this happy. Yes, Ducati Scrambler is there, but that is around £1,000 more expensive. Okay, so I've got a little dial underneath my nose, which is actually a little better than the MT-07, because MT-07 was like this, you had to go, but this one you can literally keep your eyes on the road and just flick your eyes down, and then you're good. I mean, you've got all that information that you need. It actually tells you the air temperature as well. Okay, so I reckon I can easily get around 65, late 60s mpg on this bike, because I'm already touching 59 and I'm riding like a normal person. I'm not. Let me just rev it, let's see. Wow, and that is the stock exhaust. So XSR900, guys, based on MT-09. It's a brilliant bike. It's a good commuter, it's a good tourer, it's a good track bike. Okay, I wouldn't go that far. Track bike, maybe after a few adjustments, yeah, you can hit the track, but I would just keep it on road and just, you know, cruise it along. That's what this one is made for. And you're going to make a lot of friends at traffic lights as well. people are going to look at this bike. They're going to ask you questions. They're going to ask you how old is this bike. Stick a retro number plate on as well. People will think that, yeah, you just took it out of the garage after 70 years. But they would expect you to just turn the throttle on, nothing would happen, and then just show them that what this bike's made of. It does really, without even doing anything. Just throw the throttle up and at any gear it'll do wheelie, which I'm not going to try. No way. "60 miles per gallon. Wow.